What if I told you that amidst the drugged up kids, rampant promiscuity, AI threats, and hopelessness amongst the young,
yet young people in particular, very large numbers of young people, seem completely gripped in a kind of a doom-laden neurosis about life.
You could become a beacon of mature masculinity. In these turbulent times, the need for strong, positive change is more urgent than ever. Today, let's explore how you can rise above the chaos and make a meaningful impact. Ciao, I'm Pauls. As a dancer and choreographer who can lift anyone, and a published AI researcher with a Bachelor of Science from the University of Edinburgh, I've spent years maximizing myself in both physical and intellectual realms. Whether it's backflips, computer vision, or interpersonal psychology, I've long dedicated myself to continuous growth and improvement. We will build our own little pockets of Eden. I will clear up some of the discussion around masculinity, so you can recognize your unfulfilled cravings in life for what they are, a skill issue. And skills can be improved. Growth mindset, baby. We will discuss the need for this epic, mature masculinity in a world that seems to be falling apart. Compare my understanding of epic masculinity in contrast to how the School of Life sees it. Ending on what to do with this newfound masculinity, which will lead you nicely to my next videos, where I will discuss actionable steps and daily implementation. The world is ending. So what? Whole math says societal collapse is imminent due to rampant promiscuity. I've seen kids in my city walk around drugged up in broad daylight. Sex to them a joke, not something beautiful, as they wear huge inflated penises. A real thing I saw some 14-year-old girls doing. Some programmer friends believe that AI will end the world within 5 years, not just because of job losses and the rapid pace of change, but because we are too slow and incapable of controlling it, especially since we give the models free access to the internet and allow them to write and execute new code. A friend's baby sister feels that the world won't survive another 100 years, that humanity feels doomed to fail, and why will you have kids then in this world? This is the outlook of someone only barely out of primary school. And when you look at the people along whom you will have to navigate these challenging times, everyone looks lost, on their phones, overstimulated, entertaining and being entertained, instead of communicating. Smoking and caffeinating and drinking and drowning, each in their own rooms, unable to look out, step out. So, some things are beyond your control, but some are not. You don't have to partake in the promiscuity. You don't have to become an antisocial recluse either. Focus on finding your values, living and growing according to those, all the while creating your pocket garden of Eden. Build a meaningful life for yourself, and if you become capable enough, then you can build a meaningful life for some people around you as well. Radiate good, and good will reflect back. I'm boldly assuming you're striving towards good values. This Dungeon Master doesn't allow you to create evil-aligned players in the party. I will gather for myself friends, faith, money, a farm commune, guns enough for a small militia. The world can do whatever it wants. When I'm set up, an apocalypse almost sounds fun. I'm good. Sounds like a high bar? So be it. Achieving it is a skill issue, so let's get to work. What is epic? Proficiency at life, of course. Being able to gather what's needed and build your own pocket of Eden. That includes mastery over self, emotional regulation, meaningful relationships, financial proficiency, and the list likely goes on. But we luckily remain within the domain that can be described by a skill issue. We will go over actionable steps for relieving this skill issue in the next video. Right now, let us define the goal we are striving towards. Epic, mature masculinity. The building of a pocket of Eden is a masculine ideal. Here I'm using David Data's concept of masculine and feminine, energies, not sexes. So the goal we are defining here is epic, mature masculinity. The School of Life had an essay titled How to Be a Man, where they concluded that men should strive to be warm rather than cool. That too long we've chased to be like a good James Bond. It is time instead to be vulnerability well handled. Let's have a quick look at both as presented by the essay. Cool. You don't see them floundering about in a panic. Physically confident. Their words are always to the point. When the waiter spills a cocktail over him, he doesn't get flustered. He removes his jacket and looks even better in his shirt. Not easily achieved, an ideal to strive towards. You not yet being this cool shouldn't torture you. But there's nothing wrong with a hefty goal to strive towards. All of these characteristics can be practiced and improved, a skill issue. Take on increasing responsibility. That will help rid you of panic as you get more experience successfully dealing with problems. Train your physicality, both skills and strength. Proficiency will lead to confidence. Write to practice thinking, then speak to practice speaking. At that point, there is nothing left between you and your words being to the point. Train, don't overeat, pick out clothes that you feel good in on all layers. This is actually overkill. Clothes you feel good in on all layers is already enough for an epic shirt reveal. Toss out those old weird shirts and undies your mom got you. Your wardrobe should only have items you love, so you can always undress to whatever level the environment asks for, and you'll feel good. If you're finding this useful and want to dive deeper, I have a form linked below. You can access my free Good Gardener guide, which provides more detailed insights, and also register your interest in working with me one-on-one. This way, I can personally help you implement the practices I cover in my videos. Now, warm. There are thoroughly positive aspects I agree with striving towards. Aware of his anxiety, honest about it, funny with it, and yet not overwhelmed. Reassures, is forgiving and gentle. But also weird ones to place as goals for masculinity. Does not put out many fires by himself. He would drop the gun and would tell you quite candidly he had done so. When the waiter spills the cocktail, the warm hero laughs and leaves a generous tip if he can. Why should you strive to not be able to put out fires and take care of yourself and your loved ones? Why would you strive to be someone who drops the gun? If the masculine isn't who does the grudge to protect his loved ones, what is the masculine then? And laugh at the cocktail spill? Of course. Laugh as you take your jacket off for the shirt reveal. Why would you tip extra for a lousy job? No need to shame the person, but do give them accurate feedback. Don't rob them of the opportunity to grow. Let them improve their craft, and then tip them extra when they don't spill a drink. Vulnerability well handled. Awesome. For the times when you are lacking, for when you messed up, for when you are vulnerable. But you shouldn't strive to be vulnerable. The origins of Jiu-Jitsu. The grappling art, nowadays BJJ being the most popular, with the chokes and joint breaks and controls, the fighting that happens on the ground. It was created in Japan as a martial art for samurais to learn, when all is fucked and they find themselves unarmed, on the ground, on the battlefield. Unarmed, on the ground, in the battlefield. Not a position where they ever want to find themselves. Not something they strive towards applying. But since they want to be complete warriors, they admit the possibility of ending up in this unsavory scenario and practice for it. Try to never end up using it, but if they have to, don't panic because they've practiced for it. My conclusion for masculinity is analogous. Strive to be cool, but when you fail to be such, fail warmly. This isn't a life or death battlefield, so you will fail frequently, and that is perfectly fine. So your warmness will be frequently applicable. But your primary aim should still be to be cool, epic, James Bond as fuck. And when you're short of being such, act warmly. Vulnerability well handled. Once you experience growth in one area, it becomes easier to embrace vulnerability in others, because you know you can achieve cool proficiency. You just haven't reached it in this new domain yet. What to do with epic? Here comes Ho Math's be an 8 or above and don't ho. Or the analogous creation of your own pocket of Eden. Be epic, but don't abuse it. Create good around you. Don't be afraid of the improvement in power. Get those looks and muscles and influence and money, but once you get it, don't participate in the chaos and shit show. Build something better for you and those closest. Think of it as your own Noah's Ark. In comes the Bible again, with the story for every situation. Wasn't that punishment of the world also because of societal cultural breakdown and loss of values? Next steps. This is all good with the motivation and direction to take, but leaves a question: how to actually improve and become epic. In the next video, I'll go over actionable steps through the concepts self-maximize and Ken Wilber's levels, to simplify the growth into achievable steps of skill development, paired with awareness and clarity to not lose your head in the process. All of the videos are already filmed and edited. I'll upload them one a day, so check when this was uploaded and either head to the next video or subscribe. Recap. To sum up, the world may be falling apart, but you have the power to build your pocket of Eden, your Noah's Ark. Strive for epic masculinity, strive to be cool, but when you fail, fail warmly. Improve yourself, create good around you, and don't participate in the chaos. Remember, check out the form linked below. You can get your hands on my free Good Gardener guide for more in-depth information, and also register your interest in working with me one-on-one. Together, we can make meaningful progress and bring your goals to life. Thank you for watching, and remember, be epic and don't participate in the shit. Be a good gardener.
Filming! Click on like and subscribe.